Is your financial lifeline about to be cut? The Department for Work and Pensions has just dropped a bombshell announcement that could affect millions of PIP and Universal Credit claimants across the UK. Are you one of them? Will your benefits be reduced, or even stopped completely? Stay with me for the next few minutes as I break down exactly what's happening, who will be affected, and most importantly, what you can do about it. Before we dive into the details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss crucial updates about your benefits. If you know someone who receives PIP or Universal Credit, share this video with them right now. This information could be vital for their financial security. The Department for Work and Pensions recently announced significant changes to both Personal Independence Payment and Universal Credit that will take effect in the coming months. These changes haven't received much mainstream media coverage, but they could have profound implications for millions of people who depend on these benefits to make ends meet. Let's start with PIP, which currently supports over 3.4 million people with disabilities or long-term health conditions across the UK. The DWP has announced a major overhaul of the assessment process, introducing what they're calling a more streamlined approach to determine eligibility. But what does this actually mean for claimants? The new system will place greater emphasis on medical evidence and will require more frequent reassessments for many recipients. This means that people who have previously been awarded PIP might find their benefits reduced or stopped entirely if they don't meet the new, stricter criteria. The question is this truly about improving the system, or simply a cost-cutting measure dressed up as reform? For those unfamiliar with PIP, it can be worth up to £172.75 per week. That's over £8,900 per year for those with the highest needs. This isn't just spare cash. For many, it's essential money that helps cover the additional costs of living with a disability or health condition. So when we talk about cuts to PIP, we're talking about potentially pushing vulnerable people into financial hardship. But what exactly will change with the assessments? The DWP claims they'll be focusing more on objective medical evidence, rather than how conditions affect day-to-day activities. This raises serious concerns. After all, two people with identical medical diagnoses can experience vastly different impacts on their daily lives. Will this new approach adequately capture these nuances, or will it leave many without the support they desperately need? Moving on to Universal Credit, which currently supports over 5.8 million households. The DWP has announced changes to the work capability assessment process, which determines whether claimants with health conditions or disabilities are fit for work. The threshold for being classified as unfit for work is being raised substantially, meaning thousands of people currently in the limited capability for work group could find themselves being pushed into job-seeking activities. This begs another important question. What happens to those who genuinely cannot work due to their health conditions but no longer meet the new threshold? The stress of job-seeking requirements, sanctions, and reduced income could exacerbate many health conditions, creating a vicious cycle of worsening health and increasing poverty. The timing of these changes is particularly concerning given the current cost of living crisis. Energy bills remain high, food prices continue to rise, and many households are already struggling to stay afloat. For those who lose some or all of their benefits as a result of these changes, where will they find the money to make up the shortfall? Some critics have suggested that these reforms are less about helping people and more about reducing the welfare bill. The government disputes this, of course, arguing that the changes will create a more targeted system that directs support to those who need it most. But will this actually be the case in practice, or will vulnerable people fall through the cracks? Let's talk about the timeline. The DWP has indicated that these changes will be rolled out gradually, with some claimants receiving notifications about reassessments in the coming weeks. This raises another important question. How will people be informed about these changes, and will they have adequate support to navigate the new system? For many PIP and Universal Credit recipients, the benefits system is already confusing and stressful. Adding major changes to the mix without clear guidance could lead to eligible people losing their benefits simply because they don't understand the new requirements or can't effectively advocate for themselves during reassessments. So what can you do if you're currently receiving PIP or Universal Credit? First, don't panic. Not everyone will see their benefits cut, and there are steps you can take to protect yourself. Start gathering your medical evidence now. Recent letters from specialists, test results, prescription lists, and detailed notes about how your condition affects your daily activities. This evidence could make all the difference when it comes to your reassessment. Consider seeking advice from welfare rights organizations like Citizens Advice or disability charities relevant to your condition. They can provide guidance tailored to your specific situation and may even be able to help you prepare for reassessments or appeal unfavorable decisions. It's also worth remembering that you have the right to appeal if your benefits are reduced or stopped. Many appeals are successful, especially when appellants have support from welfare rights advisors or legal representatives. Don't give up if your first assessment under the new system doesn't go well. Another important point to consider is whether you might be eligible for other forms of support. If your PIP or Universal Credit is reduced, you could potentially qualify for other benefits or local support schemes. Again, welfare rights organizations can help you identify what else might be available to you. For those who don't currently claim these benefits but think they might be eligible, it's worth applying sooner rather than later, before the new, stricter criteria come into effect. The assessment process can take several months, so starting now could make a significant difference. It's also crucial that we challenge misconceptions about benefit claimants. Too often, those receiving PIP or Universal Credit are portrayed as somehow taking advantage of the system, when the reality is that most are simply trying to survive in difficult circumstances. If you disagree with these changes, consider contacting your MP to express your concerns. The announced changes to PIP and Universal Credit represent a significant shift in how the UK supports some of its most vulnerable citizens. While the full impact remains to be seen, it's clear that many current claimants could face reduced support at a time when financial pressures are already intense. If you're affected by these changes, remember that you're not alone. Millions of others are in the same position, and there are organizations ready to help you navigate this challenging time. Stay informed, gather your evidence, and don't hesitate to seek support when you need it. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up so more people can see it. Drop a comment below if you have questions or want to share your experience with PIP or Universal Credit. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on benefits changes that could affect you and your loved ones. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.